Hello, I'm back. I've missed doing the videos every day with the daily draws. So it's Saturday, and the last video I made was, I believe, Tuesday the 30th. Yeah, it was. And these are yesterday's cards, so I'm going to do an unboxing today. Well, a look at a deck that I got the other day. And, oh yeah, there it is. It's raining, it's pouring down with rain. I've been babysitting the little babies for 2 days, so I've been pretty busy, and they're sick, so poor little things, but it's fun. I do love them so much. So today is October the 4th, and we're going to take a card from the Star Spinner Tarot, and 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got the 8 of Pentacles, the 8 of Coins in this deck, and that is pretty appropriate for me today. I'm not quite sure I like how they have clocks there, because I'm not a fan of clocks or timekeeping. Time's gone crazy for me lately. I kind of live in a time warp. I know, it's just ridiculous. We're going to stand in there. Well, look at that. Perfect behaviour. Definitely missed me if cards are on their best behaviour. So 8 of Pentacles, to me, that means like perfecting things, feeling like it's worth doing. You've dedicated yourself, you know. You're doing things the right way. Let's find that other book that I found. There we go. I've got this personal development book out again, because I really did like this book. I can't remember what it's called. In the other book, it will tell me. You know, in the toss, when they give it, like, you know, the 9 is the Lord of Material Gain, and I think the 10 is wealth. The Lord of Prudence. I wouldn't have remembered that offhand, even no matter how hard I tried. A lot of them I can remember, but I wouldn't if I think about it. This is a card of measured, regular and ordered growth. Unlike the more energetic nature of the previous card, the 8 shows a gradual process of study, learning, experience and development. There is a sense of adhering to a carefully arranged plan, such as a vine may be trained around a trellis. Things I'm not really good at. I immediately see a roadblock when I think about that. The creative energy in this card is conserved. It is not blocked into a limited centre, rather it works through a structured and prudently devised plan. There is something of retirement and consolidation implicit in this symbol. The creative manifesting force of Earth is not used to create new systems, but instead it is used to reaffirm and to consolidate what has gone before. There are 2 main messages in this card. The first is that the individual should pursue personal developments in an orderly, step-by-step way. By practicing and studying regularly, much more may be achieved than by sporadic efforts, however determined. The second message is that a period of revision is necessary. The work of the past does not require analysis, but rather reaffirmation and consolidation to ensure that further work is fruitful. This last bit is very, very true for where I am at the moment with this little YouTube journey, because although I said I wanted to keep everything on one channel, looking at the way it's going and what I want to do, I really don't know if it's going to work. It will work with my current few viewers, but I am tiny, and if I do want to make a thing of it and get more views and reach more people, which I need to make the rest of the content I want to do worthwhile for me, even though just sharing with anyone is worthwhile, it's still a big investment of time and energy and stuff. So I think I might have to reconsider my river of many creeks and streams. The journaling and everything is related, but people who journal are not really going to find me, because at the moment my channel is firmly stuck in the tarot sector. But let's have a look in the Star Spinner Tarot book. And I'm just talking out loud here because that's what I do. This is why I just wanted it all to be together. But I mean, the thought of having to start with people who don't know me, I do hope if I have to start another channel, someone might come with me. The 8 of Coins indicates that you should be reaching new milestones in your professional development. It is about committing to learning and mastering your craft. Now might be a good time to seek out further educational opportunities that make you more professionally viable. Remember to invest in yourself. Yay. The reverse, in this position, the Eight of Coins might mean you're feeling restless and professionally stagnated. You have more to offer and you are willing to put in the work. Yes, unfortunately, the right opportunity is not currently aligned with your desire to move up. The work that you do to further your development seems tedious and unsatisfying. Well, not unsatisfying. Most work I do, I've done a lot of bramble slashing this week. Oh my goodness, I'm still suffering from the post-burnout lethargy kind of fatigue. I spent 2 hours slashing and getting rid of bramble, and usually that would, I mean, in the past, I would have still been able to keep going, doing other things, and then maybe go back and do more. But the other day, it took all I had to drag me back to the house. And I was immobilised completely for like an hour or more before I could even make a cup of tea, which I desperately wanted. I mean, it was intense, hard work. Thing is, once I start something like that, I just do it randomly. It's not like I make a plan. I go out there, and then I came back. I actually started making a video walking around the garden with my phone on my daughter's selfie stick, because as I said, I can't do the wide angle thing. So that was going to solve the problem, as I've only got that one lens that works. I thought, oh, this will be great. Then I realised how hard it is to point a phone on a selfie stick in the direction you want when you want to show things, and that became a bit of an issue. People make it look so easy, and it's not. Then I saw some bramble. I thought, oh, okay, I'll go and do all this bramble. That stuff is satisfying, and it's also really good for me because I think that's too big a task. I see the whole bush of the bramble in front of me, this big wall of bramble, like in the fairy tales. But then I think, well, hang on, if I just chop that bit and then chop that bit, and I just kept going. And then I go into the middle of the bramble and crawl under it and find the big roots, where it's all coming from, and chop as many of them up as I can find and get to. Yeah, you do get caught and hacked, and well, that's what happened to the prince, I think, in Sleeping Beauty. Not Sleeping Beauty, in Rapunzel. He had to hack his way through the forest to the tower, didn't he? And got blinded? Yeah, that's right, by the brambles. Well, yeah, I actually should probably wear those goggle things. What did I say today was? Oh, no, we've got... what did we get? 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The simmer pot. Earth, air, fire and water awaited enchantments steeped with intention. I like the idea of having the simmer pot in spring, because usually they're things that I feel like in autumn and my favourite season. But today does feel, as I said, very autumnal. Ah, stones, that's what I brought in. I have a little bit of ancient rose quartz. A simmer pot is a wonderful way to infuse your cottage with both enchanting natural fragrance and magical intent. You can choose your ingredients based on smell alone, but why stop there? Each herb, flower, spice or fruit has unique magical properties that when combined become their own little enchantment. Combining botanicals to create a fragrance is already a powerful form of alchemy, and not only can you infuse intention in the botanicals used, but you can also evoke a bit of alchemy, since simmer pots utilise all 4 elements. Plants naturally represent earth and the smell is air, but you can choose how you heat your pots to represent fire and the type of water to submerge your material in. As with alchemy, your situation requires you to utilise the energy of all 4 elements. You need air to approach your situation with logic, water to understand how you feel, earth to be practical and patient, and fire to take action when the time is right. What you have inquired about requires a delicate dance of many moving parts coming together to form a unified whole. This card can also mean a group of people coming together in service of the same goal, or combining many different ideas to create one solid plan. This is crazy. I've said that so many times about the cards, how it's talking about what I'm talking about again about my channel. You'll find a successful pathway forward by being methodical in choosing parts that complement the whole. So we have got the Cosmabeings Tarot by Joanna Nelson, who did the Monstarot. The Cosmabeings Tarot deck, now I know nothing about it. It's got a magnetic box, and it's got a little eye and a little moth, and the back of the box has just got some illustrations. Tarot deck with an additional wild card by Joanna Nelson. Guidebook written by Trish Sullivan. Now, as I'm an other Cosmo being, I appreciate a deck that appreciates us, me, people like me. So there's no gilding or anything. We've got plain edges, which nothing wrong with that. So there's the back. Oh, they've lunar. I thought they would look like lunar moths to me. I have an affinity with butterflies and moths, and one of my daughters does too, which I really appreciate. So you've got water lilies. I don't know. I see that as that belt, you know, that you have to go through when you go to space. What's it called? The van something? The scary bit where the whole thing gets, it's like make or break. So this must be the wild card, meditation. Okay. I don't know how I feel about meditation. I don't know. Meditation always to me feels like hard work. And I think that is because years ago, when I spent time in quite a lot of institutions and for my mental health, they would do that stuff when they put you in a room and tell you to be calm and be still and visualize palm trees waving on a beach. Now, the minute somebody tells me to be calm or be still or says calm down, that is like it. My whole being rages against the words calm down. When they do those guided meditation, they tell you to relax this and that. My body does the opposite. It cringes, it writhes, it itches, it irritates, and I just want to go and punch a cardboard box or something. I also have no desire to envision myself on a palm beach with a blue sky because I don't like blue skies and I don't like palm beaches. Anyway, let's get on to the cards. So you get a potpourri of everything here. Potpourri or potpourri or what? I don't know. The Fool. And we have a very nice little alien creature. And we've got a little doggy, and it's got all the elements of the card, the mountains and the tree. And the guiding little, cute little buggy lunar moth. I like that a lot. Now, it is obviously going to be Rider-Waite based, but let's have a look at the guidebook. Your invitation to a universe of portals and Cosmo beings from Joanna Nelson, Trish Sullivan and the Cosmo beings. There is more to the universe than light and colour. Darkness and shadows are equally important but often ignored. We tend to protect ourselves from what we see as negative or unflattering aspects of our own personality, hiding them away in fear. Rejecting parts of ourselves when embracing and understanding these could give us more power and creativity, allow us to live an authentic, more complete life. Cosmo beings celebrate shadows, appreciate that even within our darkness there is still light and passion. Over time, a variety of Cosmo beings have dipped their toe into this world, asking us to see and accept them for who they are. Now they would like to welcome you to their universe. Oh my God, I found my people. I am a Cosmo being. I like that a lot. And I like this because I think I'm a Cosmo being or an other who's dipped their toe into this world. And from another planet. That's what I believed I was when I was born and when I grew up. Now, I mustn't shuffle these because I'm going to show them. I love that. Let's have a look at the keyword for the Fool then. Astrology. With a deck full of cosmic creatures and portals, we wanted to share with you a little bit about how astrology works with or ties into the cards. I was hoping this might be the case. All tarot cards have an astrological association. Some of these are horoscopes, zodiac signs, and others are planets. The majors all have different associations with zodiac signs or celestial entities, while the minor arcana have associations per suit with a group of astrological signs. That's the decans I talk about. Each celestial body, whether it's a planet or a zodiac sign, has a specific trait or personality. Some of these are good and some bad. We've listed the cards below with the astrological or planetary association and its traits, which can help you tie in with the meaning of the card itself. As you can see, the personalities of these planets, signs and celestial beings tie in with the tarot meanings in a number of ways. You can involve astrology as lightly or as deeply as you want in your tarot readings and use. Having some astrological information about the cards can add an extra layer to your readings, as we know from our last 30 days. You can explore your own sun, moon and rising signs through tarot. You may find knowing the astrological associations of different cards helps you see some of the connections you have to a specific suit. For instance, if as a Taurus you always felt an affinity for pentacles, which are kind of earthy like Taurus, or you may never use them. It's entirely up to you. So we've got the Fool and Uranus. So I'm not going to go through them all, but we've already gone through. I think that we know the Fool is Uranus, which is traits, ingenuity and revolution, and also like technology and things. And then it tells you about the different suits, and then it's got a couple of basic spreads. I'll give you a couple of examples from the deck, just so that we can, you know. I'm not going to do the Fool though, because that one's a more. I'll find a card that I find. One of the hard cards, like the Hierophant or Temperance. So I like to look at what people, or Judgment. I like to look at different meanings of those cards because they can be problematic for people. They can be the cringe factor cards. Okay, there's the Fool. And there's the Magician. You've got all the elements, everything going on there. The High Priestess. I like the red, the three colours, the black, white and red. Oh, look, I love the Empress. She's got the pomegranate on a stick. Oh, that's something else I've got to talk about. Oh, I love that. And all the seeds, you know, the pomegranate is the pomegranate is the one that Persephone ate and had to go to the underworld. So it's associated with the Pluto and death in the underworld. The Emperor. Oh, look at the planets around there. Oh, I love the Hierophant. Let's have a look at him. Okay, we've got the Hierophant. The Hierophant. Now, that reminded me, I made these crow dolls when I was making tarot bags, and the Hierophant reminds me of one of those. If I can find a picture, I'll put it in. So let's prop him there a minute and have a look what we've got for the Hierophant. Advice, knowledge, tradition. Well, yeah. Artist statement. Standing in sacred space, this Cosmo being holds a brightly burning candle of enlightenment. Little creatures come out, sharing the wisdom of the elders, understanding there are times when following and respecting tradition is the wisest path. They are open to the guidance that should be paid attention to. Card meaning. You will not win a claim by ignoring advice or bucking tradition, especially if it's to make waves. You earn respect by paying respect. Golden words. Traditions, authority, wisdom, these are accolades, traits to inspire to, not reject and ridicule. Consider what it is within you that makes you want to rebel, and then listen to counsel. Pay attention to those who gift you their time and guidance. If you do not always agree, even if you do not always agree, you could regret it if you don't. That is so true. One of the best things about the Hierophant card I've read, actually. And the older we get and the more we learn about our rebellion and the more we look at everything as a whole thing, we can see things. We can see the whole flow and the whole cycle of why we did what we did and maybe how we could have done it differently. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing to look at yourself and to be able to see how you do it wrong and to be able to not take that on board. Well, take it on board, but then just try and do it better. And it takes a while. I think I was lucky in that I grasped that quite early on. When I say quite early on, I was probably so busy keeping myself alive that I didn't even think about that stuff until I was probably in my 30s. But I realised it quite quickly. I think adversity and struggle does help you sometimes to get things quicker. What a brilliant Hierophant card. I love that one. And there's the Lovers. Spirograph. That's what that thing on the back of the box reminded me of. The Spirograph. Remember Spirograph? Wow, that was an amazing thing. There's the Chariot, the card for Cancer, riding the moonboat over the rainbow. Oh, that's one of the best chariots I've ever seen. It's gorgeous. And a little starfish. Ooh. Justice. The Hermit. The Wheel of Fortune. Oh, look at that. The snake and the snail. The goat snail. The little critters. Like the four creatures. Strength. Oh, look, kind of looks like a dentist. The dentist would make a good strength card because it's got the strength of the person being able to sit in the chair and have their mouth forced open and tapped. And listen to the the sound of the drill, and the strength of the dentist being able to actually do the thing, like fiddle around in someone else's mouth with their nerves and, you know, pretty hard stuff. The hanging being, also completely wonderful. Oh, I love this deck. Death, and there's the moth coming back. Transformation. Right, we'll have to have a look at temperance. Temperance. Let's have a look what it says for temperance. A winged cosmo being dips just a toe in a watery portal, balancing themselves between the ground and the cosmic flow. A wounding rift opens to a higher path of glowing stars above our being. The world could be in chaos, people and factions splintering, but it doesn't need to affect you unless you let it. Maintain your composure, respect and balance, no matter what you feel within. Understand your fire and accept it. Let it fuel you. Then center your mind and soul, being diplomatic and compassionate in your interactions, and take the high road. Be a bridge. I love that. Be a bridge. Not a doormat. Be a bridge. Keeping values and actions aligned with your true self no matter what challenges you face. That is fantastic. And what does that remind you of? Does it remind you of the Two of Swords the other day? Because it does me. The devil. Wearing his little goat head. Oh. The Tower. The Star. The little bird, I love that. The Moon. And the moon dogs. And there's a little crab, my little Cancerian. And the sun, oh, I love that sun too, that it's not, don't like the traditional Rider-Waite sun card at all. Look at the kite, I love it. That is so gorgeous. Judgment. Awaken ye cosmo beings. The planet down below, that weird old planet needs you. Oh, look, this one's got the Scorpio sign on it. The world. Well, who else have we got? We've got Scorpio, Aquarius, Taurus, and Leo. So I guess, yeah, we've got the 4 elements there. Right, now we've got the pip cards. So there's the Ace of Pentacles. Very beautiful. Oh, like a crystal ball, seeing great things ahead. And that thing about tradition with the Hierophant card, like these are a tradition. And I so agree with that. I worked a lot with older people, and they have so much knowledge and wisdom, and listening to them, you grow so much. I mean, I do also have that same benefit from young people, even very young people like my grandchildren. And it's about being open to it. Now, 5 of Pentacles, as we know, favourite card, a spinning desert island disc. We'll see what he has to say about this one, because I have to, because it's a favourite. A cosmic storm catches and leaves our being distraught, alone, tattered and hungry. But if they keep moving forward, there is a portal that awaits and offers a safe space with hope. There is hope, even when you feel run down physically, spiritually and emotionally. When your energetic and financial coffers are empty and you're being dragged into a quagmire of worry, it's easy and understandable to want to give up, to focus on the bad, but that is when you need to look up. To hold your head higher than you think possible and look for every possibility to make life better and more abundant. See every option, every offer of help. And that is, as I said, how I got here. How I got where I am. Looking for every possibility, every way of help. And it worked. The 6 of Pentacles. The give and the take. The balance of give and take. The 7 of Pentacles. Seeing what you've achieved so far. The 8 of Pentacles, the one we just got. We could see what the book says about that, as it's a card we drew today. Expansion, skills and diligence. Many moons may pass, but this Cosmo being is not going to get distracted as he focuses on creating the pentacles needed to send up to the stars. There is joy to be found in exertion and labour. Attitude is everything. That's what I was talking about when I said about the brambles. Even chores do not have to be boring if you focus on seeing your expertise and experience grow as you constantly expand and evolve. You're not competing with anyone else. This is for you, your decision, your choice. So as you work through the challenges and get closer to your dreams, methodically applying your talents, consider where you began and how far you have come. This is so true. Like that bramble. Step by step, you know, you only look at that is a case when you don't want to see the wood. You want to see the trees, definitely. The Nine of Pentacles. Got a little bird in the garden. It's like a map. And the Ten of Pentacles. It looks like they've got the church. They've taken the window from the Five of Pentacles. That's a cool card. Feeding the animal family. And got the sign of the elder being. I like that a lot. And the Page of Pentacles. Kind of echoes the Ace and Knight of Pentacles. Wow, those planets are cool. The Queen of Pentacles, the bunny. The head gardener I called the Queen of Pentacles before. And the King of Pentacles. He got the whole world in his hands. Oh, look, there's Taurus there. The Earth. The Ace of Swords. There's our Two of Swords. Shall we look at that one? Because we can. Decision, stalemate, avoidance. She stands at the water's edge and boulders rise, creating obstacles. There is no way of knowing which way is up and which way is down. With her eyes bound closed, she feels pulled in two different directions and has only her two swords to create a protected boundary. When you're not sure, when all the options presented to you seem flawed, it can seem easier and safer not to choose. It is understandable to try to keep the peace, avoiding conflict by hesitating and delaying. But a stalemate may make the situation worse and result in the decision being taken out of your hands. So that's another side of it. So take action. I see it as a temporary state of stalemate, but also possibly a necessary one. But that is another take too. Take action before things are decided for you. So I do like that. Look at the Two of Swords too. Three of Swords are classic. And the Four of Swords, like time to bedtime. Five of Swords, the unnecessary descent. Six of Swords, I always love that card. Going away in the boat. But this is usually the water is quite calm, but this one's a bit rocky and then getting calmer, but also uphill. Seven of Swords. What have they got about the seven? The Seven of Swords is one I think I called the Thief in the Night. Tiptoeing away with swords taken from another portal. This Cosmabeing has a very mischievous look on his face, as if he's sure he's gotten away with something. Unbeknownst to him, a large eye has been stirred awake and opens just in time to see it stealing away into the portal. Consider the true motives behind your actions and those of people around you, if you're acting for the right reasons or creating a mess for others to clear up. That's a good way of looking at it. Now, yeah, people getting away with things, like they just leave mess for somebody else. That's a cool way. Worrying about how you seem upsetting people is natural, and there are times you have to choose what's right for you over what is right for others. Wow, that talks about my domestic situation sometimes, when I want to do all the clearing up, but sometimes I think, well, it's not my mess and I don't always have to do it. I struggle with that. That's a really great, I'm loving these interpretations, these different meanings of things. Eight of Swords. Nine of Swords. This is going to be the deck of the week next week, so we'll get more of this. The Ten of Swords. Mountains are upside down. The Page of Swords. So the world is upside down. Look what it looks like. The pyramids are upside down and the right way up. Reflection. Might have to have a look at that one now. The sky seems to be closing in and there's no telling up from down. Mentally exhausted and worn down, blood has been shed and they feel they can no longer continue. But as they release one tear, those tears rise into the falling sky where they are transformed to light, energy and rebirth. Hope lives as the sun rises in the world above. You will come through it. This too shall pass. You're so used to the darkness and despair that these are all you see. That's about the neuro pathway thing is really good for that. You've pushed as far as you feel you can go, unsure you can carry on, but rising like a phoenix in your soul, light is coming, ready to burn away the past, your sadness and regret. energizing you, bringing clarity and fueling you to move into the future. Fantastic. I love it. Page of Swords. The Knight of Swords. The Queen of Swords. No, looking at a butterfly. The Decision, like the King of Swords. Ace of Wands. Look at the castle there, look at that, the potential ahead. And the siege of the castle. The Two of Wands, we had the Two of Wands. The Three of Wands. The paper boat, another paper boat like we saw in the Monstarot. Obviously Joanna likes paper boats like me. There's the other spirograph. The Four of Wands. The Five of Wands. The Six of Wands. If you want to see any of this in more depth, read or book me or me to share anything that I haven't, let me know, because it's really annoying if you read that card out and they don't. I'm just conscious of the time and how long this is going to get. Eight of Wands with our traditional Russian wands. The Nine of Wands and the Ten of Wands and the Page and the Knight. It looks like a little dragon. What do they call them? Queen of Wands. The King of Wands. A very grand staff he's got there going on. And then we've got the Ace of Cups. The Two of Cups. Looks like the symbol around the medical staff, which I've temporarily forgotten the name of. The Three of Cups. Oh, definitely. The fruits of the vine, abundance and dancing. The Four of Cups. And the Five of Cups. Oh, that eye's cool. The Six of Cups. That was that childhood card. And memories. I might have to read that one, see if what it's got to say about that eye, because that's kind of cool. Nostalgia, innocence, memory. Maybe it's the eye of memory. The eye looks back on a moment from another time. Yep. Two young childlike beings play in the field, picking star flowers to put in cups. The older Cosmo being gives the cup to the younger. For better or worse, your present is influenced and educated by the past, so make it for the better. Indulge in a meandering nostalgic walk down memory lane, letting the memories flow and warm you. Use it to delve into your emotions, exploring how you felt during the happy moments of your youth. Consider what you can learn from them, how they can inspire your movements in your present and future. Very nice. And then there's the Seven of Cups with all the choices. And the Eight of Cups. Leaving, maybe going home to the other planet. So I'd have had enough of this one. There's a little nest. A little nest looks like the Four of Wands in the Deviant Moon. And then a Nine of Cups. We've got Peacock and the Ten of Cups. Little ladybugs in the house. Page of Cups. Remind me of the Deviant Moon. The little fish coming out. The Knight of Cups on the fish. The Queen of Cups. The closed chalice. Not quite a beach hut, but a stone on the beach. And the King of Cups with his paper boat. So there we are. I really love it. Thank you, Joanna Nelson. And I think this deck could be really amazing for healing and mental health. Just looking at it like that. So it's going to be the deck of the week for next week. And I hope you got something out of that. And as I said, if you want to know more or see more, let me know. And thank you for being here. Can you hear the rain? You probably can't because this is a noise cancelling microphone. Well, it's one that only picks up this, but for a minute I'm going to turn the microphone off and then you'll be able to hear the rain. Okay, now you should be able to hear the rain on the roof. Bye.